Yes, number? Yeah, page three. Okay, so I'll give you the latest structural file and also the architectural. Okay. Empty, is it?
Yeah, so
So how was the test last week? I know Amanda just kept drawing grid line after grid line. They asked 4 grid lines, she draw, I don't know, 40. Bomb did quite well. How would you say? Found it difficult or what? Some part difficult. But, I think how because I think I miss out the that part. That's right. Give your friends another 5 more minutes. See if anyone else wants to join us today. Well, site, right? Just for news on a Bohawk site, yeah, it's the. Well, it's all it's good. Yeah, maybe, right, 44, something, I think that is 44 this year so far. But the Bohawk site, many, right? Is that Bohawk port? That one part, I mean, I don't know, I am not seeing who's watching it, the Rifa Sapphire, setting the Rifa. And I'm also excited. Okay. Still got time. I要算一算，可以算一下才能包。有些这个长的话，腰材啊。放松了一个，然后换为自然，了一个。在进步的，好像是，我是把到处放空的。 Hey, like many are not joining us today, so we will do just a little bit, then you all can go. Okay. So what are we supposed to do? I'll do a little bit of a revision on your quiz and your common test last week so that everyone knows where you all made the mistake so that in the future you don't make the same mistakes again. Okay, so today we are just going to do staircase. And then we are going to do railings. To do the staircase, we need to first of all create shaft opening. So shaft opening is something similar to the one that you all did before for your lift, remember? Right? And then, yeah, these will be the three things. And then we will go into the revision. All right, so let's open our BIM models. So the last one, I think we left off at week 6. So this week 6 model, you should open. Is your model up? Okay, so in this model, let's do a few things. Let's do a few things first. Let me just see my 3D view. Okay, my 3D view shows a lot of information. I don't want to see so many things. So I'm just going to select this display as fine and this one as hidden line. But on top of that, I am going to change some of the factors here. Okay, so for your case, if your 3D model is very clear, you don't need to do that, but I'm just trying to remove some additional information which I don't want. I'm just trying to remove some of that, okay, so that my model looks a little bit cleaner. Is your 3D model very complicated as well? Look something like this? Huh? Okay, so everyone go to your visibility graphics override inside the properties dialog box. Click on edit, count. Okay, click on edit and go to analytical model categories. Don't worry, we just started. Just open your model quickly. Go to analytical model categories and click on all. And just select on one of the boxes. All of the boxes should be empty, like there should be no check mark or tick mark. Remember, everyone should be in analytical model categories tab. Don't do the same thing in the model or annotation or anything. Analytical model categories tab. Okay, this one you need to be very careful. Everyone is over here, right? Okay, then click apply and okay. Now the model is a little cleaner, but we make it even more better. Yes. Okay, go to here. So let's say this one is checked, right? So you select all, click on all will be colored into blue, and then just select any one of them, unchecked. Okay. All right. Okay. Additional thing that you need to do, go to your detail level at the bottom and change it to fine, detail level as fine, and visual style, change it to maybe change it to just hidden line, something like this, simple. Okay. Then let's see other things. Okay. So what I want to do is in my 3D view, I also don't want, like my levels to be displayed like that because it doesn't really give me any additional information. So same thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my visibility graphics override, click on edit. And this time, remember, I'm trying to remove the levels over here, the lines for the levels. Okay. So I'm going to go under annotation category and scroll down, find levels. Just uncheck level. Click on apply. Okay, and your levels should be gone. So your model looks a little cleaner than before. Okay, just for your info, model categories over here. This is an explanation, by the way. So you just take a look at my screen first. So under model categories, you will find all the different objects that we have, like the door column, window, furniture, slab, beams, everything that we have, whether we want it to be visible in a particular view or not, can be checked or unchecked from over here. Okay, so that's the purpose of model categories tab. Annotation category tab is for all those line items. Okay. Lines, yeah, correct, lines. So for example, whether you have certain tags, remember last time for beam, you put a tag, then you have grid lines, then you have levels, then many other different types of, call outs, sections, and all these things that you created previously. If you want to hide or unhide certain items, you do that from the annotation categories tab. Analytical model category is, remember, because we are creating a structural model, we want to create certain additional parameters inside our model so that it could be used for analysis and design purposes, which we haven't done that, but it could be used to do that as well. So if, let's say, we were using our model for analytical purposes, design purposes, then we would have turned all these on and off also. Imported categories, something similar. If, let's say, we import some additional things, and Revit links, you all know, we did it from the very beginning when we imported our architectural model first. So if we had more models like MEP, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, firefighting, sanitary, all these different models we had, and if we imported all those models inside this same project, then there will be different rows to show that as well. Okay, so if I want to hide the architectural model, I can just uncheck this and the architectural model will be hidden. But maybe I'll just hide my architectural model as well, so that everything is cleaner. Okay, so that's the basic purpose of visibility graphics. Override dialog box. So those who just came, for your info, we are doing staircase today, staircase and railings, and we are going to start with our shaft opening, so that when we create our staircase, it's visible all over the floor. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to start creating my
staircase. But before that, let's see if I need to remove some of these items. Maybe it's okay. Yeah. Everyone, please go to your structural level 1. Structural level 1. This out of the way. I'm just going to show you a concept first. Before you all do it, let me just draw it at my end so that everyone is clear. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to draw a staircase on the front side of this building over here. Okay, so very simple. Under the architectural tab, I mean, don't draw first, just take a look at my screen first so that everything is clear. So under the architecture tab, there's this command called stair. I'm just going to use that. And same thing as before. Remember, when you started to create your columns, your walls, or some of those other objects, you needed to enter your base level and your top level, or base constraint or top constraint. So I'm going to create my staircase from level 1 to level 2. Okay, so I'll just let it be as of this moment. Just going to let it be like that. Desired number of risers, right? So risers and treads, you all should be familiar with that. So depending upon this dimension of the staircase, is that? Yeah, depending upon some of the settings, pre-settings of the staircase, like maximum riser height, maximum tread, depth and all, we can adjust some of those values over here. For the moment, I'm just going to use whatever the default values are. Okay, no need to change anything. Right, and again, the location line and all, how do we want to start creating the staircase from? Where do we want it to actually start from? So I'm just going to start my staircase from this particular portion here. Let's say I start from here. Okay, when I'm creating the staircase, just observe something. So it's saying that, 4 risers created, 12 remaining. So remember, just take a look at the properties dialog box. How many risers do I want my staircase to have? So it's mentioned 16, right? So if I keep going, move my cursor to the right-hand side, it will start to create more and more number of risers like that. So for now, I have 6 risers created and 10 remaining, right? Which means that I need to continue moving my cursor all the way, something like this, in order for all the risers to be created, right? But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to create 16, right? So I'm going to create 8 risers over here. And then I'm going to come over, no, sorry. Okay, 8 risers over here, and then I'm going to continue creating all the way. Make sure that my staircase, it says 16 risers created and 0 remaining. Okay. Once that happens, I'll just do one click over here. By the way, this is by no means complete. I just showed you an example of how to create the staircase. Once this is done, I just need to click on check mark and the staircase will be created. Maybe I just need to turn the staircase on from my 3D view. I'm just going to do that quickly. This is turned off, so apply and click OK. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, the staircase is created something like that. Okay, this is by no means complete. Later we will do it in a much better way. Okay, so this is how the staircase will be created. And just take note of one thing. I'll do one more way. Okay, so let's say I start creating the staircase again. Everything is the same. So last time I started to create my staircase from this side and ended up on this side. Now I will create my staircase from this side and I will end up on this side. So now you can see that the staircase is created in the opposite direction. So it depends. It matters very much on what is your first point that you want to create your staircase from. So your first point will always be your lower portion, and the second point of your staircase will always be where your staircase should be going. Okay, so that's the whole very simple way of creating a staircase. And don't forget to click on check mark once your staircase is done. Okay, so what I want you all to do now, before we move into creating the staircase, based on what you saw just now, can you all practice just somewhere outside the building? Practice creating a staircase. To create a staircase, you need to go to Architecture tab and click on Stair. Choose this particular straight staircase and start placing it around. Okay, I need you all to practice first before we go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you first try and drawing the full thing, then we will do something like this. First try to draw the whole all the way. Just draw very
这个有楼梯，我觉得它都楼梯。232号，是，定了。那是这个9点到4点，好点。First point is down, second point is up. So if you click from left to right, means your staircase is going up from left to right. Do from right to left, yeah, right is down, left is up. Okay. All right. Okay, I believe everyone has practiced now. So maybe whatever you created, just delete it first. Okay, so what I'm going to do now. Okay, two. Can I move on? Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to level 1 and I'm going to start creating my staircase on the front side of my building, assuming this side is my front side. So I'm going to start creating the staircase between my grid number C to grid number E. That's for my case. Okay. For your case, it could be some other grid. That's fine, totally fine. Just make sure that your bubbles of the grid line are, not coming in your way of doing your models. So you can remove all these bubbles if you want. Okay. Right. Now I'm going to go to my architectural tab there. And this time I want to run width. By run width, it means the width of the staircase. Okay. Roughly in HDB, what is the width of the staircase? Anyone? Contractor? Huh? 1.5 meter? 1.5 meter. Where HDB has so much space? 1.2. 1.2 meters. Okay. So I'm going to change the width to 1200. Run width. Okay. So staircase width. Staircase width, yeah, how much? 1150. 1150. Okay. 1150. Okay. Now that's the run width. And just make sure all these things are selected properly. Location line, I think what you can do is you can, let it be run right. Okay, what does run right mean? Before you click anything, just take a look. What does run right mean? And what is the difference between run right, run left, and run center? So if I click my first point, you will see that the staircase is created on that side. Okay. If let's say I change this one to run left, when I click it, you will see that it's on the other side. Okay. If I do it on the center, you will see that the staircase will be created from this side. You get the difference? Okay. So that's the difference between run right, left, and center. So for my case, I'm just going to let it be. What was the earlier one? Right, is it? Right. Okay. What is the 2? What is the tread depth? Tread 155. 155 only, yeah. 455, step up. Yeah. 455 maximum the step is 175. Never mind, that's too small. I just do 200. This is a PCA requirement, 175. Cannot more than that. Okay, if you say so. Like 175. Okay, 175 then. All right. So change this one to 175, otherwise 2 will go and complain to my company.
Okay. Yeah, that's about it. Then start creating. Just do one left click of the button, one left mouse click, and create 8 staircase in this direction. 8 only. Make sure that there are 8 risers created and 8 remaining. Are you able to see, guys? 8 risers created and 8 remaining. Okay, so far, don't click anything. Everyone here? Shankar? Okay, I do again, huh? So, this one. So everything settles, stair level 1 to level 2. Okay, I'll start creating from, so for my case, I'm creating between grid lines E and C. Okay, so for your case, it could be different, but I'm choosing this portion of my building. So I'll start from the center line of my grid line E, go to the right hand side a little bit, and make sure that there are 8 risers created and 8 remaining. Okay, so far, Amanda? Okay, then just do one left mouse click once you are here. One. Okay, it will give you that warning, don't worry. Then slowly move up a little bit and go to this grid line, C, and start creating the staircase from this point all the way when you reach the inside of the building. 8 risers created, 0 remaining is what it should say. Look at my screen. 8 risers created, 0 remaining. Once you have that, click and your staircase will be created something like that. Okay, got it? Once you have that, make sure you click on finish edit mode and check mark. The rail is not continuous. Breaks in rail usually occur in. Yeah, this one you can just ignore for now. So this is how your staircase will look like. Okay, two, any issue with this?
Still don't know how to create the staircase. Well, I can. It's got
See, there are a few issues at my end. Can anyone tell me what's the issue with my staircase? Yeah, okay, that's one issue. Another issue is
cannot match the upper line.
level cannot match the upper level. Which one?
Your one is my one.
Okay, Maya, I say issue with my staircase. Any other issues? One, Amanda say railing is not there. We will build the railing. Yes. My column is coming in the, way of the staircase. So what should I do? Staircase is, in this case, is staircase more important or column more important? Okay. So should I move the column or should I move the staircase? Okay. So let's see, how can we intelligently move the staircase a little bit? So now that we have identified the main issue, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my staircase, let's say a little bit from this side. A little bit up, maybe a little bit more. Okay, now okay. Now this column is intersecting. See? So that is why BIM is so important. It gives you an indication of where we should be modeling our things. Okay, so in this way, first of all, we need to identify priorities, which element moves. Once the priority is identified, it's all about making sure that the elements are adjusted properly. So now that nothing is happening, maybe there needs to be a discussion between the structural engineer and the, people, those who are creating the staircase. What exactly should be the correct way? Or should we even have a staircase on this side of our building? If there's no space, shouldn't we move the staircase to a area where it's more convenient to have the staircase? For example, let's say we move the staircase from here to here. Does it make sense now? Does this make sense? Okay.
Distance is from the staircase gate.
Sorry?
What is the control distance? Distance
Control distance.
from the green line to the staircase gate.
What do you mean control distance? So what you can do is you can have, you click on this. I mean, let's say if you wanna, you can move this one to the edge of the, yeah. Okay. Or another way would be, if let's say you want to draw, have the middle portion of this staircase over here in the center point between these two grid lines. There's also a way to do that. So what we can do is we can draw, let's say, grid line starting from the center point over here, go in the middle, just to make sure that this grid line is proper. I will do a dimension here to here and here to here. Not proper, right? If let's say the grid line is not equidistant, we can just click on EQ. Over here, the grid lines will be equally spaced. I'm just doing it very fast. Just take a look what I'm trying to do. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this staircase and going to try and identify the center point. Okay, so it shows 1029 and 1149 are going to work like that. So what I need to do is 1149. Then there's a little bit of a maths involved over here. Can somebody calculate for me? 1029 plus 1149 divided by 2 is how much? Okay, so I need to be from here to here. So my grid is spaced 5798, right? So my center point of the staircase should be in this, 5798 divided by 2. How much is that? Calculator, I type. How much is it? 282899. Okay. So 2899, right? Now. Okay, now it's in the middle. All I need to do now is move this from here straight to intersect with this. Okay, so as you can see, now the staircase is exactly in the center of this grid line and this grid line. Got it? Got it? Get the idea at least right. Okay, so what I did was, is this? Yeah, unconstrained. So what I did was, I just, let's say my staircase is like this, something like that. Okay. So what I did first, I went ahead and I found the center point of these two grid lines. Okay. So to identify the center point, I just created a center line like that. Okay. So just assume like, you all don't want to create the center line by going here and snapping the points. Okay. So if you don't want to do that, there's a simpler, better way as well. So let's say I just draw a grid line anyhow, something like this. Okay. Now I want the easy way to make sure that this grid line falls exactly in the center of this grid line and this grid line. Okay. So I'm going to do that now. So under my modify tab, there is this command called align dimension. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two like that. Now you see EQ over here. This EQ is stating that these two are not at equal distances. So very easy to make it at equal distances. I just need to click on EQ and the grid line I will be exactly in the center. Able to find so far? Okay. Now, my staircase is something like this, not in the center also. So I'm going to select my staircase, click on move, find the midpoint of my staircase, which is here, and then just move to the grid line like that. Okay. Got it so far? Okay, make sure your staircase is something like this. For my case, it's exactly on the edge over here. Yeah, this is not correct. So I need to move it in a little bit. So it's also important, just make sure of your 3D view as well. Sometimes in the 3D view, in your 2D view, it will show that it has moved in, but in your 3D view, you will find the gap. Okay, so no need to worry about that. All you need to do is move your staircase in a little bit. From here, make sure that your 3D view is showing that your staircase is there. Okay, got it so far? Why my levels are different? How did that happen? Okay. Got it? Everyone is able to come to staircase like this? Yes.
Yeah, check this outside.
Yeah. So you need to move it a little bit. You stay in this animation. Yeah, and move this. Just the edge. Should be good.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, so your staircase is hitting the column. So, yeah. Yes, you can reduce that, one way for you to do that, we can run this that, yeah. Kita kan tak去一个，再去一个嘞，你还是不要，要改啊，改不了，改到五点到位置，你就改这个怎么来？就改不了啊。这边这样的。Okay. Nếu mà theo cái là cái được.
Okay, everyone here? Now, if all my levels were of the same height, I will just do first. If all my levels were of the same height, what I could have done is I would have just selected the staircase, copy, paste, align to selected level, and selected all the other levels. Okay, and the staircase would have been created. But this is not correct because my levels are not of the same height. The level 1 and top level is of different height. So let's not do that. Let's do, now we have from level 1 to level 2. Yeah, the staircase is from level 1 to level 2. Now I want to draw from my level 2 to level 3. So structural level 2. As you can see, this is the staircase which is already drawn from here. But when you select it, it's going to show you from, the staircase of level 1. Okay. When you select this whole staircase, it's showing you of level 1. Okay, so we are going to use that as a frame. Let's give me a moment. So I'm just going to use that as a frame, structural level 2 to level 3. And this time I'm going to start from this portion here. Very simple, just come to the end of it. Oh, sorry. The center is it? Actual trade was how much? 175, right? And threads, I'm going to reduce it down to 16. Okay, is greater than the maximum riser height. Okay, so we can't reduce it down. Okay, never mind. I was going to move in this direction, come to here, close all the way. Once done, just click. You can ignore this first. So this will be your staircase from your level 2 to level 3. Okay, just make sure that everything is coming in properly. I think we drew 2 slabs last time, one over the top of the other. So probably there is a need to provide some offset here.
Just repeating the level 1.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Are we just repeating the one we did just level 1?
Yeah, correct. But this time from level 2, structural level 2.
Center.
Last time I chose center, but if in your case you chose left or right, then you choose the same one. Okay. Let's go ahead and draw the level 2 to level 3 staircase now. Go ahead. As you can see, like that. So. Okay, everyone managed to draw? Now I am going to see my elevations, which of my elevations are of the same. So looks like my 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 5 are of the same elevation. 5 to roof is different. So what I'm going to do is, same as before, I'm going to select my structure level 2 staircase, copy, paste, align to select level, and paste from level 3, 4, and 5. Yeah.
Before you do the obviously how to adjust this level 2, level 3, the level.
The level, which level?
Yeah. For example, this is how to adjust the I want flash lah, I don't want
Flash. Okay, so your is level structure level 2 to level 3. Okay, so this one, the side of these things, right? It's known as stringer. Something called stringer. Okay, so let's try and change the stringer. If let's say that's the one particular problem of. If we change the stringer to, let's say,
exactly like
yeah, probably. But it is okay, this doesn't matter.
But you can see how to make this level
Yeah.
apply.
So there are a couple of ways. Number one, you'll have to first, let's say, we go to start. First thing you need to do is you need to find sorry, the dimension. Yeah. First, you need to find the dimension for this one, and then you need to enter the offset. Offset you can enter because this one is the top, right? So I just give you one example. Let's say this one is 50. So you enter 50 here, 50, like 50, like maybe 50 is too little, 100, bring down.
minus minus, all right. I know. I
So you mean this riser height is automatic?
Oh, yes.
That's one.
Yeah, you need to change that one to 60. See now, you know. It should be. Yeah, this should not have one up.
With that.
Oh, 15 more or less there. More or less there. Okay, so click on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically you need to play around with the numbers over there. Yeah, then this will go up.
That means I just adjust the offset, but this riser height will be automatic.
Yeah, but usually it's best to work with a similar number of risers all across. Just like 16 first.
Great, so much.
One second. There's a proof of it. Let's say you're not the solving. Yeah. Just take it. Take a whole thing. Oh. Yeah, that's just. It's the first so you put this very much like I said, you know, very over the past. I'll just If you was fried for my home, but 70 cents. What's 70? Every time come back and say. Yes, I use it. It's not, it's all right. It's okay to. Oh, kalau 17, let's say. And this one you want to change to 17, then you oh, everything is going. Yeah, just have that. Okay. I think wow. So you can just delete that for that particular thing. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's not what to mention. So 17 is what comes as per calculation, right? So you all we need to redraw the number of we need to redraw the staircase to adjust to that 17 number. Yeah. So you can just delete that redraw. Very simple. What to do? What to do is should be okay. I think his calculation show what 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5.
Okay, I'll draw that as well. So for my 2 to 3, right? This is structure level 2. Architectural staircase. 1150 is okay. Yeah, and as you can see, even before I draw anything, software automatically calculates for me the number of risers I will need. Okay, because depending upon the height. This one, how much? 175. Okay, so I'm just going to use this as a reference. 8 created 9. Depends. I mean, for this one, you want to, because it's odd number, right? 17. So maybe let's say I just want to be consistent on this side. This side will go in a little bit. Okay, yeah, this one will go in a little bit. So it's requires a little bit of an adjustment. That's why I wanted to remain at 8 and 8. Okay. So if it goes in a little bit, there's additional work required. I need to draw a slab at the bottom over here, a landing for each portions of my staircase. Okay. So one step up. So okay, yeah, you're right. Let's see. Let's do that. So I start from here. 2, 1. So you're saying I draw 9 here, right? And that is okay. Then go here. Yeah, it will be still missing, but this one is still better. What I can do is I can just move my staircase in a little bit. So if I look at what view is this? North. So yeah, there's a little bit of a gap, but it's still okay. I will just move this in a little bit. So select on this. Okay. Okay, still okay. Got it?
17 or 16?
For 17.
17.
Yeah. Okay. Same thing. Now I'm going to just draw for my level 4 to level 5. Or level 4 to roof, sorry. Staircase. Level 4 to Is it level 4 to level 5 or level 5 to roof?
So for the 17 step, the odd number step, it's still going to decline.
Yeah, so no. So just now Bong mentioned we can go 9 up, then landing, then 8. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's a 9 plus 8,
Yeah.
9 plus 8.
Yeah. 9 plus 8 is 17. How come? Too much work, huh?
Sorry, meeting, boss meeting.
Bonus, yeah, bonus.
Lost money. Lost money.
Company lost money. Yeah.
No, boss obviously lost money.
Okay, so we have come a little bit far, Kakshin. We are already finished with staircase. Okay. So once you are ready, you let me know. I draw one for you, then you'll have to draw for the rest of the levels. Okay, I think that's for this staircase. I think this is it. But again, like our staircase is, hanging and all, doesn't make sense. So it's like raining, then it's problem, right? Let's do a little bit adjustment on our roof. Or do we want to go? What type of a building is this? Office building, is it? BCA building. BCA building, not bad. The new one. Okay, I just want to remove from the roof. I will just use, I don't want to go on the roof. Okay. So what I'm going to do is to make sure that my my staircase is covered and it provides access to people even during rain and everything. I'm just going to use this roof floor plan and I'm going to draw a shade, provide a cantilever wooden slab protruding out. Okay. So this one is something very simple. You all have done this one before. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use architectural now, architectural column. Let's say if it's not loaded, then I will just load one from my US. Where is US? English? US. Okay. So architectural column. So columns. Just going to use a wooden column. Okay. And we're going to place it here. One column here. Oh, not like this. Control Z. Make sure all this is perfect. unconnected, maybe not, maybe 3 meter height is okay. Or just give this one a little bit of an offset. Top offset. Okay, so I'm just going to use these 4 columns, draw my wooden architectural slab. Roof. By base level roof. Okay. And this a little bit. Right. Yeah, ideally it should be, ideally I should have created one more level to do that. But never mind, let's see if this works. Doesn't. I can't see, but roof. Roof. Oh, roof is not loaded. That's why. Okay. Okay, so base offset from level 3000. And this one I will just extend a little bit. Maybe 4000 is good enough. I think 4000 should be able to cover, yeah. Okay, that's it. Just want to provide this kind of a simple structure to shed my roof. Okay. Load it onto these columns also. All right, so that's all for the roof and the staircase, not roof, just the staircase. This top structure is just a structure to protect rain from falling and this and that. You can extend it in multiple directions. So let's say you want to extend it over here. Maybe I'll just extend it a little bit, maybe 2500 here. And this one I will extend also. Okay, you need to measure 2500, then extend. I'll just extend it like that first. Okay, that's it. This is the structure. of the roof. You can change the material, better to change the material. Timber. Sorry? Ah, yes, so yes, so you go to visibility graphics and turn on railing. PQR, railing you need to turn on. Okay. All right, so that's all that we are going to do for our staircase. Okay, so far? Really, no mood. No mood, is it? Huh?
Okay, for
On leave today.
so
So,
level 3, level 4, I guess I want to go.
yeah. Okay, that's all for the staircase and the roof, and that's all that we are going to do for the class today. Anything remaining? Staircase is there, railing is there. Yeah, just for your info. Yeah. Just for your info. If you want to change the railing,
Okay, so if you want to see the reading, same thing. Reading is right here. Okay, so on top the
yeah, so if you want to play around with changing the railing, I would suggest do that. Click on the railing of the staircase and click on edit type. By now, you all should be familiar with this type properties dialog box. Just click on some of the railings, some of the top rail, handrail 1, handrail 2. Click on the type over here and make certain changes. Play around with it so that you are able to understand how to make changes in your models.
My friends on the links. What like it's on the link. Let's get the right.
Okay, this is how it's coming out. So how you do draw the picture like one thing. Here's the next one. Here's the draw if you want.
All right,
Okay.
all okay? How about you, Kakshin? Yep, no worries.
Okay, so same thing out, so then you can go here. Yeah, it's just basically the same. Okay, so stairs, okay? Really the first step will be like, no, just you can see, so stairs, you can see it. Ah, so you can join the down, yeah. Yeah, or this is you. Yeah, I thought this one, oh, you can make it example.
So you forget.
What's that?
That's how the ship. After that. The one that was I feel really might not have time. Well, those friends are talking about talking about well, I thought I don't have to about it. What am I saying? The
Okay, that's all.
Stop on here. This is stop on. Stop on here. Because like this. Yeah,
There are a couple of ways that we can do this. So if let's say I don't want to, create an additional structure like that, I can just go around changing the profile of the top slab. But anyways, you all don't delete first. I'm just doing it so that we all know what can be done. So my top slab, let's say, has this profile. Oh, this is beam system. Yeah, so what I can do is, when gone,
hopefully we're going to install not the fair. Fifteen of just this line, you know.
I need to do that.
Lately, yeah, default. Everyone.
okay, something simple like this also. Okay, so this one will be cantilever slab. Depends on you, there are various ways to do your models. Got it? All right, that's about it for today. And I think we don't have much left in our models. Now what we need to do is a little bit in terms of annotations and, learn a little bit more about the sectioning, the callouts, and probably do a little bit more for if time is there, we will do some BIM submission as well. On how the BIM submission is done for PCA, for URA and all this. Okay, so if there is time remaining at the end of our course. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yes. For those who don't, want to stay back and practice, I would suggest do that. Play around with this staircase, railings. Maybe draw another staircase on another side of the building just to practice first. Okay. And yeah, any questions you all have, you can stay back. Yeah. Everyone.
Yeah, that's
Okay, guys, wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah, I mean, next year, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Next year. Next year directly, right?
Yeah.
Good. Next year. Yes. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know already, but I cannot find. Maybe I could show you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the result?
What's the result? Okay, what's the result? Yeah, correct that.
Do I need to?
Yeah, just zero first. Yeah, zero. Yeah, okay, go to visibility graphic. Okay, escape first. Go to visibility graphic. Turn on roof. See if this roof is turned on. If R, turn on. So last week your test, right? Yes. Think okay overall. Let's see. Who failed?
Alamak, comment few Step to here
Fail is how much? 50%, is it? Nobody fail,
Oh, thank you.
but never mind. I need to talk to you and you separately because you all missed your previous one, right? Yeah, the quiz. So I need to talk to you all separately.
The final one is 51%.
There are two more assessment. One is in-class assessment, and the other one is your 1 second. Wait, hold on. Hold on, don't go first. Okay, so now is week 9. We have to do a little bit more on your detailing part. Which will include those things like, sectioning, call out, and creating schedules and drawing sheets a little bit more. Then I think in 4 more classes, we should be able to be finished with our syllabus, right? I will try and include one topic on BIM e-submission. The BIM e-submission portion, I'll try and include if there is time. Then your lesson 13, you are going to have your assignment in classes. It's going to be the same format actually. The one that you all went through in the last week, right? So the format will exactly be the same for both your in-class assignment and your final test. Okay, so both will be the same format, but the difficulty levels will be high, different. Last week, what you did was simple, I would say. In-class assignment will be a little bit more difficult, and your final test will be most difficult because final test, I'm going to include everything. Level 1, lecture 2 onwards. Yep. if you don't do your base models and all, how are you going to draw your rebar? How are you going to draw your sheets? So you need to do everything. Final test will be 3 hours. Yeah, coming. Final test will be 3 hours. Okay. And your in-class assignment, simple stuff, not very difficult, but more difficult than the last week. Yeah, you can use your models that you would have created up until lesson 12 to do your whatever questions are going to be asked in lesson 13, week 13, okay, during your in-class assignment. Okay, yes, Sufyan.
All on computer.
All on computer. No, right, no written.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So final test, I expect you all to be a little bit better prepared, you know. Again, it will be the same way. You can refer to your videos and all those things, but I'm not sure how much help you will have if you are referring to the video on one side and drawing your model on the other side. It's going to be very difficult, okay? So you have to be better prepared for your final test. And like I said, I have to do it from lecture 2 onwards because everything is going to be modeled by you all the way from coming out with foundation wall to this and that, to rebar, to producing a drawing sheet in PDF, not just in Revit. Okay. And drawing sheet also, you'll have to prepare in a nice way, you know. Last week, remember, we prepared a drawing sheet, something like this. So it has to look professional. Okay. Yeah, few things are missing over here. I know many contractors would agree with me that the maximum amount of time your drafters spend on your drawing sheets is for annotation. You know, you need to annotate like this for HDB, annotate like that for other client, so on and so forth. Okay, so it has to look professional. So that's how the final test will be like. Professional, it has to look professional. Everything, model, drawings, schedules is something that we have not done. We will do it next week onwards. Yeah. Okay. Not much is remaining in your syllabus. Whatever you have done so far is basically the majority. Okay. So I would like to suggest don't cancel your leaves, you know, don't go anywhere. Continue watching your videos that you have and then be better prepared for your exam. Okay.
Yeah. The last two lessons are for.
Last two lessons.
One more.
Last which lesson? 13, I need to take your test. 13, I need to take the in-class assignment. But in-class assignment will be something like a mock test itself. Okay? But you still need to score, you know, you still be graded on it. Ask again.
Assignment, can I ask after that?
After the assignment.
After the second.
Yeah.
Let's get out.
Yeah. Okay, so my suggestion would be there are four assessment only. One is your very simple quiz that you did. Last week was also very simple model that you all did. Then week 13, again, very simple assessment, not very difficult, but syllabus will be a little larger. And final test will be more difficult. Okay. I mean, just to be fair on both sides, because Nian Poli will also need to maintain a standard, right? So the test will have to be a little more tough. One or two assessment components can be a little bit more tough. So the last week marks, I don't know whether I'm allowed to give or not. I need to check with the school. Yeah, but don't worry. I think everyone is okay. Everyone is okay, except for 2 or 3 people. Highest score is 25, means 100%. Yeah. Who?
Any person?
Yeah, many person, not many, one person only in the class. I don't know. Okay, but overall, everyone has done well. Okay. And your quiz also. Quiz. Quiz was how much? Yeah. Quiz was also quite good. Okay. That's about it. Yes, Mark. Each assessment, 25 each. Yes. Your quiz is 25%. Your last week is 25. Assignment is 25. Final test is 25. So the intention is to not fail you all. But if you really don't do anything, then not my fault. Okay. So as you can see, if you do very well in your quiz, where's quiz? This one, right? 25% you get already if you do very well. Then this one also you do very well, 25. This one definitely everyone should do well. This one is a bit tougher, but the percentage is a little lower. So this will determine who is going to top your class for this module. Okay, the rest should be manageable. Okay, any other questions? Okay then, all set. Okay, goodbye and Happy New Year.
And Merry Christmas also. And Merry Christmas also.
Yeah, Merry Christmas also. Save your models. Okay.